You've just stumbled upon a little known secret that takes regular people like you and me to 1K, 2K, and even 3K per month. But it's legal, it's ethical, and it's like getting a secret paycheck. And it's definitely not one of those gut-punching, life-stealing scams like filling out surveys or so-called data entry or trying to get cash from Google. Yeah, right. This is different. It's honest. It's for regular people like you and me. And the best part, you get money by typing words into your computer. How much you get from the computer is totally up to you. I think you'll love the proof that shows these secret paychecks are life-changing. Phil was depressed and beaten down. His nest egg had run out. He couldn't get a job at the local Greasy Spoon restaurant just around the corner. Local college kids even took all the dishwashing jobs. But then everything changed. By typing simple words into his computer, Phil made enough to cover his rent and plenty more in his first month alone. And then there's Emily. Her manager treated her like a cockroach. She was humiliated and teased. That boss from hell sent her home crying more than once. But then, after just one day, Emily scored her first secret paycheck. A client with money paid her to write words into a computer because he had too much work. He needed her help. She made money and she was hooked. There's a lot more money too. And it's true that I'm revealing the secret. It's right in plain sight. Have you already guessed it? Hi, my name is Laura Pennington. In today's exciting note, I'm going to share a little known strategy that gets a meaningful side income from home or the local coffee shop and even on the beach. It requires only you and a computer. You could even do this from the library or your friend's apartment. I know you've seen all the promises out there. They tell you about the side income, staying home with the kids, walking around in your pajamas and pink bunny slippers. They promise everything, to the moon and back. Heck, maybe you've tried that stuff. You know, the paid surveys, doing Google ads, mystery shopping. Maybe you've even filled out some of those surveys or set up stuff on Craigslist and all that. But I know it was hype and it ended up being a garbage bag full of lies. I know you tried and it's not your fault. And if that stuff worked, you wouldn't be here. Those greasy snake oil salesmen are as twisted as Wall Street bankers and fat cat CEOs. And me? Well, I started just like you. I was sick and tired of the fake claims, dead ends, false starts. Not to mention my friends whispering behind my back and how my husband would just look at me with those eyes. The disappointment was hard on me. I was letting people down. And I'll come back to that, I promise. First, what matters is that I found a way out, a relief, an answer, and truth. I'm so eager to share something real with you, something that gets you a real side income. Women and men all around the world are using this strategy. In as little as 1 hour per day or just a few hours on the weekend, you can enjoy $250 or more. There's so much demand, and there's more demand every day. Imagine taking that luxury vacation. Picture adding some extra padding to your checking account and even getting an extra $50 in your pocket on top as a bonus. Never worry about that bill that snuck up and lands in the mail. You know the one. It happens to us all. But the best part, you can say goodbye to the gut-wrenching stress. Imagine life without a soul-crushing commute to a job that drains your life. Never be anxious again. And you get to hug your kids a lot. Okay, I'm talking about a push-button, zero-work, 10-second miracle. I wish. There's no magic here. Of course not. And when you see the rest of this and discover this true source of legitimate side income, you're going to smile from ear to ear. You're going to do the happy dance. Imagine seeing an extra $124 land in your account, and then $573, and then $1,488 more. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Before I get to that and reveal this side income, do I have your permission to explain how I stumbled onto the side income strategy? Back in 2011, I was working 16 hours a day. I was a burned out inner city teacher in Baltimore, Maryland. The kids threw spitballs, had no respect, and simply didn't care. The administration was worse. The paperwork was stacked 2 feet high around me. My life was getting choked out of me. I was desperate and afraid. So I did what we all have done. I typed how to make money online and got sucked into a lot of scams, completing surveys for money, entering contests for grocery store gift cards, and even mystery shopping. I gave it a try, but my gut told me something wasn't right with these so-called opportunities. I did the work, downloaded the PDFs, and watched the videos. Read, listened, watched. Then I found out to make all this stuff work, you have to spend a lot more money or pull friends and family into these life-sucking tar pits. I was embarrassed. I felt like a failure. Nothing worked, and I cried myself to sleep more times than I care to admit. The shame was painful down to my bones. I was so close to hanging it up. That feeling of dread knotted up in my stomach, and that sour taste filled my mouth. When my family looked at me, I looked so gray. You could see the puffy purple bags under my eyes. I was a wreck because the life was drained out of me. I felt defeated, let down, cheated, discouraged, and lied to. My husband's job was enough, but the bills kept coming. My family was burned out, and everyone was eager to get extra cash. But I was so ready and so eager to treat my family right, to contribute and add money into the bank account. I wanted to be the best mom and best wife, but I just ached all over. I mean, I tried it all with those surveys, data entry, Google ads, mystery shopping. All I wanted was some extra cash for the kids. They needed new boots, and I wanted to surprise everyone with a fun little meal using some of my side income. It wasn't too much to ask. I didn't share any of this with my husband, but he knew it all in his heart. The dirty little secret is that my eyes would fill up, and I'd almost cry thinking about getting in the car at 5:30 a.m. to head into work, without helping the kids get dressed or with their lunch, abandoning the family to do the day job that I hated. And my husband, all alone in bed, snuggled up back home, all cozy while I would have to jump into a coffin with wheels. I couldn't take it, not to mention missing out on the kids growing up. And on top of it all, there was the daycare and that added expense. As I hung my head and thought about this, the phone rang. It shook me up. It was my girlfriend, Shelly. We went to the coffee shop. We talked about our kids, but then Shelly reminded me of something peculiar. It stuck out. She said that I cared about people and that I wrote great emails. I thought that combination was kind of strange, but Shelly got really excited. She reminded me that I did pretty well in creative writing and that I got work done on time. She said, you know, a little bit of passion for writing and getting work done on time, that's a big deal. People these days aren't like you. What Shelly said changed my life. It shook me. A light bulb went off. I swear you could see it glowing above my head. She was an angel that day. Divine intervention, maybe? Now, at first, I started looking into writing for print magazines and newspapers and all that old school stuff. That was totally a false start, but everything happens for a reason, right? This was the light at the end of the tunnel, the glimmer of hope. I dug into everything about writing words into a computer for money. I found as many clients with money as possible. Who were they? What did they want? Where do they hang out? I was a total mad scientist. I could have been wearing safety goggles and a white lab coat. The most important thing, this was real. I kept seeing $150, $500, and even $1,000 for putting words into the computer. It was clear. All I needed to do is type what clients with money want and need every day, every week, every month. Shelly triggered a volcanic explosion when she told me that just hitting deadlines and writing some words is the key. Boy, was she right. It unlocks the extra income treasure chest. Shelly's offhand comments and my burning curiosity created a real opportunity. I could finally get real money for my kids and the whole family. Here's what this strategy is all about. To generate $150 to $300 per day on demand, all I need to do is log into a few websites and create my magnetic cash machines. That's what I call them. I find these projects where people with money desperately need content for their blogs, or they need short reports or white papers. Simple. Now get this. It works for all kinds of content. My magnetic cash machines attract exactly the right clients for these projects. I don't have to deal with rude people, and there are no phone calls, and it's totally set up on my time, on my schedule. And you'll love this. My first attempts at getting this side income were terrible. Still, I went from being saddled with guilt, worry, and debt to scoring one project after another. I get paid according to how much content I pump into the computer and the projects. I also get paid for the type of words that I write. My side income is incredible just by selecting the right clients with money. I'll explain how I do that in just a minute. It's so important to understand that I don't have a professional writing degree. I don't have experience with print media or book publishing. I'm a very good writer now, but really my two secrets are hitting deadlines, which I usually set, and writing content people want to read. With my first setup, I hardly knew what I was doing, but I still landed that client in just 3 days, and he was so happy. In fact, I did a lot of projects with him. great money, and it was steady month in, month out. This was all without an English degree and no previous experience. I never expected this side income to grow into a full-time income. I'm so happy that I gave myself a chance to make money and be free, despite starting out a bit skeptical. I mean, I figured it had to be true that there must be legitimate side income programs. There are plenty of scams, but this changed everything for me. You write some words, save that file, and upload it to the members area. There's no fancy software or anything tricky. I'm all thumbs with technology, so if I can do it, you're safe. One problem is that this is so addictive. It's easy to get hooked because it's fun and you see real money coming to you. Imagine dropping off the kids at school or daycare, running home, logging into a few websites, and feeling that rush. The magnetic cash machines you set up to attract the best projects and ideal customers with money are so awesome. Now, not everything is going to work perfectly. Not every project is right for you. Not every client is going to fit with how you get cash. I mean, some clients want short reports and others want longer reports or white papers. Some want or require special knowledge. If you have those skills or experience, great. But if not, there's so much opportunity, it's almost crazy. In fact, you might be wondering, how can she share all this? Won't this become saturated? Will it stop working? The great news is that the demand just keeps going up. The reason is that the internet keeps growing and growing. Think of all those websites that need your words, and those customers with money that love your content will usually order from you again and again. This can be incredible and consistent. In fact, I believe that this could be the opportunity that helps stay-at-home moms around the world. No more surveys or schemes or mysterious stuff. Just write content into the computer for clients with money. Small businesses are especially desperate. I want to change the world. I'm passionate about stay-at-home moms like you and me looking for the truth, and really anyone who needs side income. Who else wants relief from all the bills, the credit cards, the loans, plus getting through the birthdays, the holidays, and especially Christmas? We can all use help there. And how about the vacations we've earned? A few hundred in a month changes everything. And a few thousand is like a golden parachute. And that's why I put my heart and soul into this complete program anyone can pick up and do. I earned over $100,000 last year as a full-time writer. Even when I started part-time, I was quickly getting $750 to $1,000 every month. Anyone can do this. It's just writing using a simple system for the right people. Plus, there are so many types of words you can type in different markets on all kinds of topics. There's so much demand. My income from writing is what made me realize that I could create a course for people just like you and me. Ordinary folks. Imagine getting paid $500 to $1,000 or even $2,000 for a letter like this one you're reading. I just think it's so cool that your writing style doesn't matter. Someone wants you. Your exact words don't matter as long as people want to read what you write, and I can easily solve that for you. Natural writing, like typing an email to a friend or posting a few sentences on Facebook, is often good enough. You don't need a college degree in this stuff, and you don't need experience to get started, especially because of what's in the program. Zero training is required for most of your content. The opportunities are endless for short blog posts, email content, social media postings, white papers, articles, and more. And don't forget, this just keeps growing and growing because the internet is growing. More and more clients with money are moving online. They want to focus on their business. They need you and me to give them content. It's a simple trade. They get content and we get side income. Imagine $250, $500, or even $1,000 per week for a few hours of work here and there, and totally on your schedule. I want to share how this content cash is created almost out of thin air. I want to give you access to the entire universe of spare cash from words you type for clients with money. I want you to follow in my footsteps and liberate yourself. Get my personal blueprint and succeed. I know you can do this too. Anyone can. That's why I'm proud to introduce My Freelance Paycheck. My Freelance Paycheck is the only income strategy anywhere that reveals how people like you and me all over the world are making part-time and even full-time income by typing and uploading content.